So, between chopping the tip of Johnny Depp's finger off and taking a big dump in his bed, it's not looking so good for Amber Heard. What is going on, fellow board members? Welcome to another exciting episode here on Ord's Board. So, today we are talking about, of course, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Johnny Depp has come forward with a counter-sue against Amber Heard for defamation, guys, and it's not hard to see why. So, let's go ahead and take a look at the article and see why Amber Heard could possibly face up to 3 years in prison. All right, guys, this article comes from SausageRoll.com. Amber Heard could face up to 3 years in prison for fake evidence, guys. And is it just me, or does she look like a total drug addict in this picture? I mean, I'm not judging here. I'm just asking. If found guilty, Amber Heard could serve up to 3 years in federal prison for submitting fake evidence against Johnny Depp in domestic abuse case. Now, do I think that she's going to serve all 3 years or get the full sentence of 3 years? No, I don't think that's going to happen. But I do know that she has a past, and we'll touch base on that in this article. It hasn't been a good year for Texas-born Aquaman actress. Judges have rejected her appeal to throw out a $50 million defamation lawsuit against her, and she allegedly has been blacklisted from several Hollywood studios until the final verdict. So obviously these judges felt there was enough evidence against her to continue with a defamation suit. Very interesting, guys. I can't wait to see how this all unfolds. What's even worse for Amber Heard is that if pursued, she could face up to 3 years in prison for faking injuries in her domestic abuse case against her ex-husband, Johnny Depp. So for those of you who know the situation, you know that, people believe her to have painted bruises on her face when she went in front of a judge to give testimony when she did a talk show earlier that night. Or later on in that day. I can't remember which one. I think the article talks about it. So she went out to a show, didn't have any bruises, and then all of a sudden had bruises, or had bruises and then didn't have bruises. So a lot of suspect here. She's not very good at hiding her tracks. Warner Brothers have reportedly distanced themselves from Amber Heard due to the blowout of the abuse allegations she's made against the Pirates of the Caribbean actor Johnny Depp, after they have mostly proven to be false. So this is interesting, guys. There was this whole petition going around trying to remove Amber Heard from Aquaman 2. It looks like that is going to be the case, at least until we get a final verdict, which in my eyes looks guilty. So this is really going to put a hurt on Amber Heard after all this is said and done. She's hired a private investigator who has failed to dig up any dirt on the 56-year-old actor, and her appeal to have the case dismissed has officially been rejected. That means that Johnny Depp has sufficient evidence against Amber Heard, and the judges will most likely rule in his favor, like I was just saying, guys. The evidence is there, so the judge feels we must continue. I'm really interested to see what other evidence comes out during this trial, as opposed to what has already come out. Johnny Depp and his children have suffered tremendously through this ordeal, and that $50 million barely covers half of his legal costs, let alone all the damages in the past 4 years. All right, guys, so I truly believe that the worst part of this is the bullying that his kids have received because of the situation, calling their dad an abuser and having to deal with all of that. Not to mention dealing with their dad dealing with the abuse that has gone through, and dealing with the divorce as well. So, he's seeking the entire $50 million, which is way more than she's worth. So, Amber Heard claimed that Johnny Depp beat her and left her with 2 black eyes. However, Johnny Depp alleges to have evidence proving those injuries were fake. In 2019, Amber Heard's personal assistant, Samantha McMillan, went on record stating that she believes that her black eyes were fake. To quote, on December 16, 2015, I spent much of the day and evening with Amber Heard preparing her for an appearance on James Corden's show. I saw her throughout the day on December 16, 2015, in good light and close range, wearing no makeup throughout the day of December 16th, 2015. I could see clearly that Amber Heard did not have any visible marks, bruises, cuts, or injuries to her face or any other part of her body. She appeared as a guest on the James Corden show that day. Right there, guys. This is somebody who personally knows her and is coming out and saying this. You can even go back and look at the James Corden, footage from that show, and you can see that there are no visible marks on her face during that show. So, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and call her bluff. The maximum sentence for submitting false evidence is 3 years in a federal prison. However, it is unlikely that even if this charge is pursued, Heard will face any prison time. Like I was saying, guys, I really don't see her facing any prison time. 3 years is the maximum, and I mean, how often do they give the maximum? You know, I mean, you really have to push the law to the edge to get the maximum on any charge, even, you know, with a prior offense. Well, this is not the first time she has submitted falsified documents or has been faced with jail time. In 2016, Heard pled guilty to supplying falsified documents when she smuggled her 2 dogs into Australia. Like, okay, guys, she's a repeat offender. You know, I'm not necessarily saying she needs 3 years, but they need to pursue something based upon these prior, you know, convictions of hers. Well, the false documents charge carries a maximum penalty of over a year in prison and a $10,000 fine Australian, but Magistrate Callahan sentenced Heard instead to a 1-month good behavior bond, maintaining that she paid a $1,000 Australian fine if she admits to any offense in Australia over the next month. So they only gave her a month to commit an offense in Australia. She got off very light, I think, especially when it comes to, you know, filling out, you know, documents, you know, flying or going overseas. She got a slap on the wrist for that one. So I think they really need to stick it to her with this charge because she's a repeat offender. Jeremy Kirk, attorney at law at the time, told the court that his client never meant to lie on her incoming passenger card by failing to declare she had animals with her. In truth, Kirk said she was simply jet-lagged and assumed her assistants had sorted out the paperwork. Really, girl? Really? So you've got your attorney lying for you, and it's not even a good lie. Amber Heard, I think you need to hire better attorneys. So yeah, guys, do I think that Amber Heard's going to face up to 3 years in prison? Absolutely not. I don't think that. I think she's going to have to pay Johnny Depp a whole lot of money, and I think that she's going to have to pay the courts a whole lot of money for this stuff. She's going to be broke after this, and there's not going to be a lot of people in Hollywood who are going to work with her. All right, guys, so let me know down below what you guys think. Do you want to see her get the 3-year maximum sentence for all this craziness? You know, how long do you guys think she should serve for what she's done, or if she should serve at all? Let me know in the comments down below, guys. Anyway, guys, that is the video. Hopefully you liked it. If you did, guys, make sure you hit that like button down below. Make sure you hit that bell for notifications. Make sure you select all. And as always, make sure you hit that subscription button. It always helps. Anyway, guys, Amber Heard, possibly 3 years in prison. I don't think we'll see it, but hey, you know what? Crazier things have happened, as you can see in the world today. Anyway, guys, I love all of you, and we will catch you on the other side. Peace.